So today I'm going to be doing my first fall makeup tutorial. I'm going to be using Urban Decay's Smoked Palette, a MAC pigment, and Buxom lip gloss. So to get the look, just keep watching and I hope you all enjoy. First thing we're going to do is we're going to prime our eyes. Today I'm going to be using Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion, and this is the original formula. I'm going to need to use primer today because we're going to be using a pigment. So make sure to prime your eyes with a good primer. So today we're going to be using Urban Decay's Smoked Palette. We're going to be using Barlust and Backdoor, as well as Kinky and Freestyle. And then we're also going to be using the Naked Basics palette for the color Naked 2. And we are using a MAC Naked pigment. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take Naked 2 from this palette on a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to pop that in my crease and just swipe it back and forth. From the Smoked palette, we're going to go ahead and just take a little bit of Freestyle on just a puffy brush, and we're just going to put it on our lid. Now we're going to take a little bit of a stiffer eyeshadow brush and we're going to take the pigment. And we are going to pat that on the lid. And pat because you're going to get fallout if you swipe. So we're going to go in patting and then swipe when you're in the crease. So we applied one layer of the pigment. Now I'm going to take MAC Fix Plus and I'm going to spray both sides of the brush that I've been using. And then I'm going to dip it in the pigment again. Because our brush is damp, this is going to intensify the pigment. So we're going to go over again. Alrighty, then we're going to do the other eye. Now that we have our pigment on, I am going to go ahead and take my fluffy brush that I used Faint on, and I'm going to use Barlust, which is a shimmery brown. We're going to pop it in the crease. Pull it down to your inner corner. And then you want to go in and just make sure everything is even. I'm going to go back with the brush that I used Freestyle on and kind of even out anything that went a little bit crazy. Now we're going to go in with our stiffer blending brush and we're going to take the color Faint, and this is where we're going to work on our cat eye effect. I'm going to start by pulling the shadow in on my lash line, and then I'm going to use circular motions here and really push this dark color into the crease. So we kind of like blew out the Barlust, and now we're going in really precisely in the crease with Faint. So it gives it dimension. Now we're going to highlight our brow bone, and we're just going to take the color Kinky, and I'm just going to use a sponge tip brush and pat it right under there. Now we're going to line our eyes. I'm just lining my eye. I'm not doing a cat eye or anything, and I'm using Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Perversion, which is their black eyeliner pencil. Next, we're going to apply our mascara. I'm using MAC's Opulash. Now we are moving on to the face. I'm going to, of course, use my Fake Up Concealer. Just pop that under and rub it in with my fingers as usual. Alrighty. And then I'm going to use two primers today. I'm going to be using Benefit's That Gal, which is a brightening primer. And then I'm also going to be using Smashbox's primer, and again, I don't know the name. So I'm going to use Smashbox's primer right down the nose, right here, and then on my forehead. So, and then we're going to use That Gal, just kind of over everything. Can you guys hear Fat Amy singing? I'm obsessed with Pitch Perfect. Then I'm going to be using my NARS Sheer Matte in Gobi, which is like, I think it's the lightest color. And I'm going to use my Beauty Blender. Alright, and now for my concealer, I have started using L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Crayon Concealer. And you can use your fingers. I just use my Beauty Blender. I already have it here. Now we are going to do a little itty bitty bit of highlighting. I'm just using MAC's Select Cover Up in NW15. And bring it up a little bit. Alrighty, and then take the rest and we're going to pat it in on the other side. We're going to pat it, pat it, pat it, and we're not bringing it down to do the V, I'm just patting it in under my eyes. Now, I'm going to set under my eyes with my HD powder from Smashbox. Alright, and now we're going to take the big, fluffy powder brush and we're going to take a little bit of the Marc Jacobs Perfection powder and pat it on where you need it. Now we're going to bronze, and I'm going to use my Hoola bronzer as usual, my little sample size that has still not run out. I'm taking a fluffy bronzer brush. And I'm just going to really blow out my bronzing, not super contoured.
bring it up a little.
Using Benefit's Rocketeur blush. Now we're going to line our bottom lash line and our waterline and tight line. Now I'm going to fill in my brows. Today we're going to be using Benefit. And then set them using the Maybelline Great Lash. It's just clear. Alright, now we're going to do our lips. I'm going to use Naked Proof by MAC. And then we're going to use the Buxom lip gloss, and this is in color Curve Royale. We're going to pop it on over our lipstick. After everything is on, you want to set it with either a spray or setting powder. I'm using, as always, Urban Decay's De-Slick Setting Sprays. You are all set. So, here's the completed look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you in my next video.
I'm activated. Ready for action.
She's ready for action. Where did the brush go? Ugh. It is so hot in my room. It should be cool because it's fall, but it's not. It's hot out. I guess it doesn't help that I have like 10 million lights on. There it goes. Blah, 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 blah.